Very nice.
The
Okay.
24th of March, Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos, Esther.
Thank you, Lou. As Lou mentioned, this is Rabbi Shlomo First in Yerushalayim care of Zoom. This is our first year this morning. We're learning Megillus Esther. We're currently in the fifth parak, if I'm not mistaken. I'll try and put it on the screen temporarily. We'll try and get that for you to see. And let's see, we'll have to pick up where we left off, which will.
Yud base or Yud Gimel?
I think so.
Yud base, I think.
Pasuk Yud base.
I think
Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's continue on with the puzzles.
All I'll read.
Yes, please, if you like.
Vayomer Haman, Af lo he via Esther, Hamalka, im Hamelech el Hamishteh, Asher Asasa, ki im osi, v'gam lemachar, ani karu la im Hamelech. V'chol zeh einenu shoveh
Shovely.
shava
Shovely, right.
shavali b'chol eis asher ani roeh es Mardechai hayehudi yoshev b'shar hamelech. Haman said, also, Queen Esther invited no one else but me to come to her party with the king. Tomorrow, I am also invited to her with the king. But all this is utterly worthless to me. Every time I see Mordecai, the Jew, sitting at the king's gate. All right, so to our document. Let's see, I want you to bet. Af lo hevi Esther. Esther invited no one but me. Kol shepatchu ba'af lo hatzalihu. I don't know, all
Right.
Shapat, I don't know.
Right. Kol shivchosoi be'af lo hatzlicho. Kol shivchoscho be'af lo hatzlicho. Anyone who is ba'af. Af is like fury, right? Like fury. Anyone, I think it means like anyone who gives way to his anger, to his fury. Lo hatzlicha, he won't have success.
Hanachash she'amar af ki amar Elohim kule. So the Nachash this is the serpent.
Yeah, that's right. This is what's the Cheta Adam Rishon, Cheta Eitzadas.
So the serpent said, even because Hashem said, etc. So that's where the serpent is seducing Chava, and he says that Hashem told them not to eat because they would become like gods.
Right.
Uh,
There's this expression af. You see this lashon af.
yeah.
See I want to correct what I said. It's we can learn a little. I think the Medrash is really telling us like this. What does it mean that kol shepischai ba'af lo hatzlichu? Anyone that opens with the expression using the word af, there won't be success to it. See, Haman said af lo avia Esther, that he used that expression af. And the Medrash is saying anyone who starts speaking by using that expression af, there won't be success to that person. And he's bringing in a proof from the Nakash that the Nakash started off by talking and said af.
Oh,
That's what I want to correct what I said before. Yeah.
okay.
Af, I thought they were learning, the Medrash was learning af, meaning an expression for anger, which it is, but here it's using just a simple expression of the word.
Right. Nis kalala, nis kalal, v'nis me'ato mizunosav.
Mizonosav, his sustenance.
Mizunosav. That's his sustenance.
Yes.
Okay, so his sustenance was cursed.
Yeah, Niskalkel, he became cursed. Nismatu Mizono, and his sustenance was reduced. He was given the klala of having to eat from the dirt.
But isn't that an increase of sustenance?
Well, I mean, it's a less that's one of the things that they say. They explain that what's the klala in that? He has the Nakash is eating dirt. He has dirt everywhere he goes is dirt. He has plenty of it. But
Right.
first of all, but first of all, it's a very low base type of a form of sustenance. Number one, it's very degrading. Number one, and number two is that the klala was that it's Hashem is casting him off, meaning normally if there's a limited amount of nourishment that a person or let's say even a species would have at its disposal, so they're dependent on a Kadosh Baruch Hu's mercy that he provides for them. But the Nachash was cast off so much that Hashem didn't want to have anything to do with him. Said you can have you don't even need me to get your nourishment. You get it on your own. It's not. You don't have any relationship with me at all. That was the intent of the curse.
Right. Sar ha-ofim amar af ani bichalumi. So the minister of Ophim, I don't know.
This was by Yosef in jail. The baker and the butler were thrown into jail also.
So this
Right.
is
So the Sarah Ophim was the baker, the ministry baker.
right. The baker, he said, "Af ani," also I, uh,
Bechalomi, in my dream.
in my dream. So he used the word af. Une tala karach amar af lo havi osanu kule. All right, so this is a new topic. So
Nitla, right? And he would right with Nitla, and he was hung, right? So that's the proof of that.
Okay, hung. And now we have
Korach. By Korach, he said he also started with the word af.
right, and we know what happened to him.
Yeah.
Nishraf Unevala. He was burned and swallowed.
Yes, exactly.
I'm sorry, Haman Amar Af Lo Hevi. Amar said Af Lo Hevi is to come, to bring.
And no one else was invited, meaning no one else was coming except him and the king.
Ne'evad hu uzaro, and he and his offspring were wiped out.
Right, right. Okay, very good. Um, yeah, let's go with we went to the Pasuk Yud Gimel, right?
Okay, I read Yud Gimel already, so
It calls that any nano shoveling. All this is not worth anything to me.
all this is not worth anything to me. Milamed shehu shehayu kol shemos ots rosav chakukim bechagor asu. To teach us that it was that all the names, I don't know, Ots Rosav.
That's the names of his treasure houses. I mean, oasters are usually treasure houses.
Treasure, all the names of his treasure houses, Hakukim Bichagor Asu. I don't know either of those words.
They were chakukim. They were engraved, but in his belt, meaning he had he was a tremendously rich person. Haman was, and he had tremendous stores of wealth all over the place. So he had all the names of the places where he had his wealth stored. He had the names of these places engraved on his belt.
Ah, kind of like a gunslinger that engraves the names of the people he killed on his gun.
I guess so. That's all sheker. The Western the stuff with the gunslingers and the shootouts and all that stuff. That's all sheker.
Oh, Rabbi, you're ruining my dreams.
Your dreams? Why?
My fantasies.
Oh yeah.
It's all
I,
sugar.
Rabbi Victor Miller once mentioned it in one of his lectures. Yeah, he said it's the whole thing's an invention of Hollywood. And I looked it up. You looked it up, and I think there if you historically, I think there was only one recorded shootout in the history, if I remember correctly.
Was it Wyatt Earp?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe it was maybe it was Tonto.
Billy the Kid.
Yeah. Anyway,
Interesting. Very interesting.
it's all a lot of movies. What can I tell you?
Yeah, it sure did. It made them a lot.
Yeah.
Sheker can be profitable.
Yeah. Sheker sells. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
V'haya misas kol bahem. What's misas kol?
So a mistakel he would look at it, mistakel he would look at his belt and it would remind him, well, he's got stocks and all these, he's got so much in the Swiss banks and he's got so many corporations that he owns, and he'd look at all the, he'd look at his assets, right? He'd see his assets. He engraved his assets on his belt. And so we would look at it, and we would get pleasure from that. We would say, such a rich guy. Wow, look at me.
V'amar v'chol zeh einenu shuv li.
Shovely. It's not worth anything to me.
He said, all of this is not worth nothing. Okay. So, what's the point of this? This is where he said,
Because he was just saying, it's just the image is just illustrating how he took pride in his wealth, and nevertheless, since Mordecai would not bow down to him, he had no pleasure in all his wealth.
Right. Okay, 14. But Tomer lo zera ishto v'chol ohavav yasu eitz gavoa cha mishim ama uva boker emor the melech v'yitlu es Mordechai alav uvo im hamelech el ha-mishteh semeach v'itav ha-davar lifnei Haman v'ya'as ha'etz. So his wife Zeresh and all of his friends said to him, let them make a gallows 50 cubits high. Speak to the king in the morning, and let them hang Mordecai on it. Then you will be able to be happy when you come to the party of the king. The advice pleased Haman, and he made the gallows. Okay, 14. V'tomer lo Zeresh ishto. His wife Zeresh said to him, Ya'atsu la sos eitz. To make a gallows. What is Ya'atsu? Yatsu.
That Yatsu, their counsel, Eitzer, their counsel was to make an eitz, to make a gallows.
Their counsel was to make a gallows. Ishto bisharto ki nafol tipol lifanav. His wife, what is sharto? Bisharto?
Ishto bisharasai anki noiful tipol lefonim. Ishto, his wife, bishrasai, basrasai. Basrasai, I think she gave him some good news. From like a Basura Tova. She gave him some good news.
She gave him good news that that Mordecai would fall before him.
Yes.
Milamed shehaisa ishto aruma mikol chachamav, to teach us that his wife was more clever than all the wise men.
But yeah, I guess so. Yeah, she was more clever than all his chachamav, his wise men, right?
Shaharei haya lo lehaman shisa yoatzim. What is the abbreviation? Shisa.
Shin Samig, that he had Shin, that's equivalent to 300, and Samech 60 and 5, 365 Yoatzim. He had 300, Haman had 365 counselors.
Counselors. Oh.
I guess one for every day of the year, something like that, whatever.
V'chulam lo hayu yodim kizera ishto. and all of them didn't know like his wife, Zeresh's wife. Yatsu she ya'aseh eitz gavoa chamishim amah, that they should make a gallows that was 50 amah high. Kedai sheyeh gavoa unera'a l'chol ha-marchok, in order that it should be higher and near, it should be seen among all the, what is
Who were far, from everyone could see who were far away. It would be high up, and everyone could see from far away.
far away. Uba im hamelech el hamishte simcha sameach, and he went to the king, to the feast, happy. Vayiyat hadavar lifnei Haman vayeyash ha'etz. And it was good before Haman that they made the gallows.
Right.
Amar Rebbe Elazar, Amar Rebbe Chanina, Kach Amra Lo. So Rebbe Elazar said in the name of Rebbe Chanina, this is what he said to him. Adam zu she'ata omer lo tochal lo ki im ba'etz. This man that you said, do not, what's tochel?
That don't this is going back to the Eitz Hadas. Adam zu shata oimer lo tochel ki ime eitz. You that said that he should not eat it, he should not eat ki ima eitz, except from the eitz.
Except from the eitz.
Adam zu shata oimer, this person that you said lo tochel loy ki im be'etz. You should not eat ki im be'etz. You should not eat except be'etz. Let's see what it says further.
She'im tashlichnu letoch kivashan ha'esh, kivshan ha'esh, that if tashlichnu within the kivshon ha'esh, the basket of fire.
Well, kivshan is the furnace of fire.
The furnace of fire. So what is this tashlichnu?
This was she'im tashlichenu letoch kivshan ha'esh, that if you'll be thrown into the furnace of fire. Meaning, I
Kavar,
think, no, I think like this. Okay, I got it. This is a medrash, meaning Yetev hadavar lifnei Haman yasa eitz. It was good for Haman, and he made the gallows, right?
right?
So he's explaining why did he find this to be such a good piece of advice? So Rabbi Eliezer Amar Rabbi Chanina, he's explaining Kach Amra loy. So she said to him, the Medrash is giving us an insight into the conversation that Zeresh, Ashish Haman, was talking to Haman in her advice to make the eights. Okay? So it's like this. Adam Zu, meaning that's a reference to Mordechai. Adam Zu, Sha'ata Oimer, this person, Mordechai, who you're talking about, Lo Tocho he won't be concerned. He won't be. This is not. I made a mistake. This is not talking about Adam Rishon. He's saying this person, Adam Zu, this person Mordechai that you're talking about, lo tochel ki emanates. He won't be consumed except through wood, through the gallows.
Tochal is to be consumed. Okay,
Right.
except through the gallows.
Yeah, or be consumed to be destroyed. Right.
She'im tashlichnu l'toch kivshan ha'esh. That if he was to be thrown into a furnace of fire, kavar atzo mimenu Hanania, Mishael, Azariah, because already we see that it happened to Hananel, Mishael, and Azariah. V'im legov arayos. And if he is thrown to the lions, kavar yatsa mimenu Daniel. That already happened with Daniel, and look what happened there. He wasn't eaten. V'im lavis ha asorim
Jail. That's a jail. That's a jail. If you want to put him in jail,
if you put him in jail, kavar yatsa mimenu Yosef. That already happened to Yosef. We saw what happened to him. The im b'moli shel nachshav tashi mehu v'tasif to v'tasik tichtav. What is b'moli?
B'moli shel nachoshes, b'moli shel nachoshes tasimu v'tasir taktav. Yeah, this is a moli a moli is like a fire pan of brass or of copper. Tasimu. If you want to put him into a fire pan of brass, tasimu v'tasik taktav, and light a fire underneath him.
Kavar yatsa unetzol mimenu
Menashe ben Hizkiyahu, he was a king. He actually was a Russia, a very big Russia, a very, very big Russia, until one day his enemies captured him, and they put him in a brass pot that had holes in it, and then they lit a fire underneath him. Right? And he was being burned alive. He was being scalded alive, roasted. He was actually being roasted alive. So he called out to all his various different avodah zoras, because he was a very big person involved with Avodah Zarah idol worship. He called out to all those Avodah Zarahs, and they didn't help him until finally he remembered what his grandfather David Melech had once told him. He said, "One day you're going to have to call out to a Kadosh Baruch Hu, and He'll save you." So then he called out to Kadosh Baruch Hu, and even though it was his tshuva was far from Lishma, Hashem still saved him. He took him miraculously out of the burning brass pot on the fire. So that won't do for Mordechai either.
V'im tagiluhu b'midbar. And if you send him into the wilderness,
Right.
Hare Paro Yerbo Sham Yisrael. We see that Paro did that to the Jews. And look what happened there. Ne'im Taor Einav. And if you do something to his eyes,
I think that if you gouge out his eyes,
if you gouge his eyes, hooray,
Shimshon.
I gotta turn the page here, just a second. Shimshon,
Mm.
the Achar, She'a vo ro hu harag beef lish team, police team. Shimshon, la'achar. I don't know what la'achar is.
You see, we see from Shari Shimshon the Ache Shivurohu Harag Bepilishtim. You see that Shimshon, even after he was blinded, he nevertheless killed out the Philistine.
He was blinded. He killed the police team. Ein tov ella Tzilov oso. There's only good with what's Tzilov?
So Lob is to be hung on the gallows.
The only good way to do it is to hang him. Shelo matzinu she nitzal echad mehem. That we don't find that any of them were hung. Miyad
Right.
Vayitav Hadavar Lifnei Haman Vayash Ha'etz. Immediately, it was good, this thing, before Haman, to make a gallows. I'm sorry.
So he rushed off and built the gallows, right?
Mevito not low. He rushed off and built the gallows. Haras Achsadra Shalo. What's Achsadra?
So he Haras, he destroyed Aksadra Shalo, his part of his palace, right? Aksadra is like the pavilion, the porch of his palace.
Oh, right, because he had to get the 50 amos beam.
Right, that's that. The Medrash is describing that. Right, exactly.
Ute Kano Gavo Gimel Ama. I'm sorry, Nun Ama. And he acquired a 50 Ama tall thing.
Beam.
Kedei Sheko B'nei Hamadina Roim Oso, in order that all of the excuse me, people of the province would see it. V'yesh omrim shehalach v'kitatz araz miginas havisan. And there are those who say that he went.
He
I
cut
don't know
down,
what,
he cut auras, he cut down a cedar tree.
and he went and he cut down a cedar tree. What is Haviten?
That was from the Meginas Habetan, from the garden of his palace.
Arichu nun ama, and it was 50 amos tall. The rachvo yud bet amos, and it was 12 amos wide.
Yes. Yes.
Wow, that's quite a beam.
Right.
It'd be impossible to lift that.
That's another story. You're right.
That's
Good.
That's like the beams of the Mishkan.
I think it's even bigger. If it's even bigger than that.
50
Yeah.
amos. It's like
Yeah.
7 feet tall.
Yeah.
And 12.
The beams of the Mishkan were an amma and by an amma and a half, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. And how tall were they? 30?
No, I think they were maybe 10 ammas, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Which is still pretty tall, I think.
I think even with a crane, a modern crane, you couldn't lift a piece of wood that big.
Yeah, it's tremendous. It's tremendously thick. You'd base Amos. A person is about 3 amas tall. So that's the length of 3 people. That's like 15 feet wide.
Yeah. It's like a sequoia tree.
Right. Exactly. They get that big?
I think so. The really biggest ones might be that wide.
I remember seeing pictures of a sequoia that you could drive a car through it. They had tunneled out the tree.
Yeah,
You could drive a car through.
I've actually driven through that tree.
Oh yeah? Wow.
There's that one, and there's one you can drive on. They made it like a driveway. Drive on top
Really?
of the tree, and you have
Really?
about a foot on each side.
Why? How do you get down?
You don't get down, you drive back off.
You bet.
And you can get out of your car and stand on it and walk around.
Yeah.
I suppose you could
Wow.
walk back off,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
to show you how big it is that you can drive your car on it.
Well, okay.
Okay, V'yesh omrim par shenidta banu haya ha Higmon Bikridonaya. Wow, I need help with this sentence.
So Yesho means the Parshasana, Parshandasa Benoi, that his name, he had a son. Haman had a son whose name was Parshasdasa, and he was a hegemon. He was the ruling prince of this place, Bikardinisa. And that's where Ararat was. That's where Ararat was in Turkey.
Oh, where they think the ark settled.
That's right. That's right.
Vahavio mis yav so shel Noach. Oh, where the ark of Noach.
Right. So he brought a beam from the Ark of Noah.
Oh, uh-huh. V'hotzi o behalal uvezaman. What's behalal?
V'hotziu b'halal ubezimra. He took it out. Right. He took it out with halal, with rejoicing, from the word halal, with rejoicing, and with song, with the. So when they brought it from Hararat, they brought it down with great praise and music.
V'habit al Pesach beso. What's habit?
V'habit al Pesach Beso, and I think it was he looked at the entrance to his house. I think this is Haman, or the son of Haman. He was looking at the entrance to his house.
V'haya omer le'machar b'shachris b'shas karias shema ani tola Mordechai alav. Wow. And he said tomorrow at Shachris, at the time of the saying of the Shema, I will hang Mordechai on it.
Right.
It's interesting that Haman would make that the way he specified the time. Saying you wouldn't think he
yeah.
too interested in the saying of Shema.
Right. Yeah, yeah, okay, it's a good point. Why he was, what you have to think about a little bit, why he would want to do it at that particular time.
They say that the Nazis were very knowledgeable about Jewish things. So it may be, maybe this is a characteristic of Amalek, that they do their research, and that's why he was aware that the Shema of what time the Shema was said.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
La'achar sheha'amidat sheha'amido hebit vehu midad atzmo alav. And afterwards, during the Amida, is that what this word is? Sheha Amida, Amido, his Amida?
Let's see. I'm not sure. La'acher Shamido, after he set up the gallows,
Oh,
Habit, he looked at it, Humodid Atzmolav. He measured himself on it. He measured it for some reason. After he set up this gallows, he measured himself over it. For some reason.
himself against the gallows.
Yeah.
Ubas kol omrim lo, and a heavenly voice said to him, Lecha na'eh ha'etz. To you, it is fitting the gallows. Mi tokain haya mi sheshes yamei bereshis.
Oh.
What's tokain?
It is like Metokin, it had been like it had been prepared from this 6 days of Bereshis.
Oh wow. This is one of the things that was prepared during those days.
Well, I'm not sure, not during Ben Ishmashas, but this is something like which had been apparently built into the fabric of the universe here. Something which was already predestined.
Right. Miyad halach labayas the base of Midrash. Immediately he went to the base of Midrash.
This is Haman went to the basement after he set up the gallows. Now he went over to the base medrash where you would expect to find Mordechai.
Right. Umatza es Mordechai Yoshev Vidoresh. He found Mordechai sitting and explaining. V'rashai ha-tinokot mi polshin ba'afar. What is Rashai?
So he was at the head of the children there. That they were like wallowing. They were wallowing in the ash.
Oh, okay. He was at the head of the children who were wallowing in the ash.
No, I'm sorry. Not that Mordecai. I'm correcting myself. Not that Mordecai was at the head. The heads of the children were covered with ash, like like they do with the chassan. They put ash on the head of the chassan before it goes to the kappa.
The heads of the children were covered with ash. Vishakim b'mitanokehem b'mitnikem so
And there was sackcloth on their loins.
They had ashes on their head and sackcloth on their loins. Vitzu Haman umatz kaf bet elef. What is tsum?
They were with Sava. They were with Sava Haman b'motzon. Haman commanded umatzom, and they found that they were 22,000 of these children.
Oh, kaf bet 22,000. V'nasan kolrin b'mo atzreihem shal os bargalehem. I don't know.
So Corlin, he put collars around their necks or on their necks, Vishoshelisberg, and chains on their feet.
So Haman put collars and chains on the 22,000 children.
Yes.
V'hafkid alehem shomrim, and he hafkid, he
Like he appointed guards over them.
appointed guards over them. V'amar halalu ani shochet tichala, and he said, "These I am going to execute." Yes, come in.
First.
Just wanted to tell you, if you don't want to sleep, when you're ready, please get the water and stuff.
Okay.
Three boxes of water
Okay.
and the cabbage, I guess.
Sorry,
Maybe not.
sorry, Rabbi.
Yeah.
What did you say?
So he put guards over them,
Right,
and he said to them that I'm going to slaughter these first.
right. V'achar kach ani tola es Mordechai, and afterwards I'm going to hang Mordechai. V'amosam mevi os lahem lecham umayim. What is this word? Amosam?
So their mothers, the mothers of all these children.
The mothers brought to them bread and water.
Right.
V'amarim lahem ach lo kodem shetimoso. And they said to them, eat before you're killed.
Right. You should eat before you die.
Aim menechem menechin yadehem al sifarehem. What is menechen?
V'hem manichin yedehem al safrehem, and they place their hands on their books.
Shenish v'nish ba'in b'chaye Mordechai Rabban lo nochal v'lo nishteh ella b'ta'anei sanu nemos ayayfim.
Right. So they place. Yeah, they place their hands on their svarim, on their books, and they swore by the life of Mordechai, their Rebbe, that they would not eat, or they would not drink, Ella, rather they would, in their fast, die with exhaustion.
Exhaustion. V'haya kol echad v'echad golel sifru v'nosein the Rabo. And it was that each and every one of them
He rolled up his sefer in the scroll that he was learning from.
and he gave it to the multitude.
The rabbi, he gave it to his rebbe, meaning to Mordecai. They gave them all the they
And
gave
gave it
them
to
all
his
the
Rebbe. The Amarim, Sivarim, Hayinu ki bam na'arich yamim ushnayim. And they said, these
yes. Well, the Oimim Sovrim, we thought Hainu ki bam norach yemenu b'shanim. We thought that these would be our length of days and years.
Vakshav lo zachinu, and now we don't remember.
No, we're not privileged, and now we're not privileged to that. We're not going to be privileged to live long.
We're not privileged. Tul Sefarcha. What's Tul?
So you should take your safer, take back your books.
Take your books. Miyad Ta'aku Ta'aka Gedola Umar Immediately, what is Ta'aku?
Saku is a cry, a wail, a scream.
A great cry. And what is Mar'e?
Bitter, and great and bitter.
The Amor the Amosam Goyos Givaos Ki Paros Mivachutz. And they said,
Well, this is their mothers. Their mothers goes. Their mothers on the outside were moaning like paros, like cows.
Uvenehem ki agalim mi befanim, and their children like wagons were like wagons before.
Actually, a golim is calves, and their children, their sons were like the calves bifnim on the inside.
V'alta te'akasam kishtei shaos belayla. What is the altar?
It went up. It went up their screams. Kishtei shaos balayla. It went up their screams in like the 2 hours in the second hours of the night.
Ba'osa sha'a nis galo rachamei hakadosh baruch hu. And at that time, the mercy of Hashem, Galgala, I don't know, it circled?
Well, sort of. At that time, it 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 descended the mercy of HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Descended. V'havir hachosmos. What's hachosmos?
The seal, and he removed the seal. He removed the seal, Vikara es Ageres, and ripped up the decrees.
Vigada karan rasha. And he gada. I don't know.
Gada Karen Russia. I'm not sure what that means exactly. The Gada Karen Russia. The Gada Karen Russia.
Karen is a crown.
Karen is usually like the basis of the
Uh-huh.
I have to check. I'll see if I can't find that
It's getting very late, Rabbi.
uh-huh. Oh, well, you're right. Let's see if we can just finish the end of the paragraph, maybe.
Okay.
Well, it is late. Okay.
He did
Let's see.
something to the wicked. The hafach atzas Haman hara. What's hafach?
He reversed.
He reversed the advice of Haman the wicked. Amar Rebbe Chalbo Ein ha-olam kayam ella bishvil haval pihem shel tinokos shel base rabban. Rabbi Chelbo
Shelbo,
said,
right? Rabbi Shelbo, right?
he said, there is only established in the world for the sake of pihem, the mouths of the children of the base of the house of the rabbis. V'chein hu omer mipi o lalalim v'yonkim yis das avos. I don't know.
That that the world does not exist except through the vapor of the mouths that comes out of the young children who are learning by the Rebbe. This is a pasuk in Tehillim that from the mouths of those who are young and nursing, Yisadet Ozer, it solidifies the strength. It becomes strength. Ain't always Torah. Always is always a synonym for the word for Torah.
The Ein Oz Ella Torah, and there's no strength except for the Torah. Shne'emar Hashem Oz L'amo Yitain, and as it says, Hashem will give strength to his nation, or I guess Torah to his nation. Utzrichin anu la'asok b'divrei agada she ya'asdu ha-rishonim. It's necessary that we immerse ourselves in the words of Agadah, the teachings of the Torah. What is this? Shia Sado?
Shiasado Harishonim, that were established by those earlier authorities.
Established by the earlier authorities. Mipnei shehem na'im umi yashvim das ha'adam. Because that they are pleasant and established in the knowledge of a person.
That they mibnei shehem noim, because they are pleasant, umashivim das adam, and they settle, they give yeshiva das, they settle a person's mind, umoshichim libo shalom, and they draw the person's heart, b'devarim shedaito mikabelin, in ways that their understanding can accept.
Wow. That was
Okay. Very good, Lou. That was very good, very good. Okay, fine. Wow, we really went over today, but that's probably about it. Tomorrow's Purim, for us at least. So I'm not sure if there'll be time for you to learn with me tomorrow morning. You might be busy with some things.
Yeah, I think it'll be too busy.
Probably. So I guess we'll meet next time, the day after tomorrow, assuming everyone is sober and whatever. And we'll look forward to seeing you. You should have a wonderful Purim. We'll take a little break. We have a few minutes to learn some Mishnah Berurah if you like. We'll continue on in a few minutes if you want to take a short break. And we'll learn some halachas, and then we'll have to call it a day or two until next time. It's a shame.
Thank you. Bye for now. Purim
Thank you.
Sameach.
Freilich and Purim. Be'ez Hashem. Hope
See
to
you,
see
Roy.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay,
Rabbi.
very
I'll
good,
see you in a
thank
few
you.
minutes.
Very good, Lou. Thank you. Very good reading. Thank you.
Thank you.